Hello, everybody, and good morning. Okay. We've got some beautiful colors going on here with these this morning. I just love the colors. But hi, Patricia. Hi, Jenny. So as we're all getting onto the video, I want to just kind of show you. I'm using the 8x8 paper pad. Hi, Margaret. And for the album in a box. Hi, Bonnie. Hello, everybody. And shout out to July 1st. Happy 1st of July. And so I'm excited to use this. And, you know, we don't have to have our project done months in advance. If we even get this done after the 4th of July, we're still going to have a lot of pictures. And I actually have some pictures coming. So I can't wait to show you because I signed up with Print Snickety. And I'll be doing a video when it comes where they print those photos right off your phone. And then it's going to be nice. I'll show you. Even though I've got my little printers at home, and I'll go live more where you can see me. I know I hate to just show you my hands, but we'll go live. And I want to go over and show you those prints. You're going to love them because they come right off your phone. But we'll save that for another day. But we're going to do the box. We're going to start the album in the box. But yesterday, you all got to see Sally's live, I hope, because she went through Remember the Time with you. So I just want to quickly answer a couple of questions that came through that I can type, but it makes more sense. So Remember the Time will be on the website August 11th. It is being printed for the Craftology box first. So there's so much of it being printed that I have to do it in sections. So the Craftology box will ship August 10th, and it will contain January through June. It's going to be your first half of the year. And the project's already in high-speed work with Michelle Allen. I'm just so happy that she's got it going. She's really excited. She's doing a fabulous project that's going to be your first 6 months of the year. Then October 10th, hi RJ, will be July through December. So the Craftology box is going to be kind of divided into two. And then we're going to have different embellishments in each box. Different embellishments in each box. So as you can see, we've got January. So those are definitely going to be different embellishments than the second half of the year. Also, I just want you to know, so the Craftology box is a subscription. It's every other month, but I still have some of June's boxes left that you can purchase on the website. I'm sure I'll have some of these, but not a lot. Okay, because everything has already been pre-planned through subscriptions, so those come first. Hi, Lillian. So I'm really excited that you got to see it. If you didn't, it's on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations on Facebook, and Sally did a complete walkthrough of everything. There is so much of it to show. But today we're going to be doing our album in a box. I'm using the 8x8 Stars and Stripes created exclusively for Country Craft Creations, and it's absolutely, absolutely adorable. And in all the collections that are being created and the team I'm working with, we are trying to incorporate, a little bit of our life, which is pets. So that's one thing Sally didn't really know to talk about on Remember the Time. Remember the Time, each month is the flower of the month. Isn't that awesome? So it's the flower of the month, and then each month has a different animal or pet. We have the lamb. Now, Wilbur's birthday is in September, so of course Wilbur went on September's. So you'll see Wilbur on the September. It's really small, but he's there. And on the embellishments, so we've got cats. And actually, one of the cat was one of the team members I work with. I believe it was after her kitty. And we've got a poodle. We've got a black cat. So we try to incorporate some of our lifestyle in there. And that's what we're working on with all the paper collections, because our pets are so much part of our life. And remember, that's Remember the Time. But this is the Stars and Stripes. And again, these are our prints that totally different than what's out there. So I'm really excited. Oh, Cecil's birthday is today. Oh, see, it's so our pets are so special to us. And of course, on this one though, we did not put Wilbur, but we wanted to really show the lab or golden retriever. So you can kind of use that as both. That's what we're using. Hi, Tanya. And then the gold. Now, this is the heavy gold, and this is actually from Cartabella. It's on the website, and I have the Cartabella gold, all the different colors of their shimmer. It is heavy. I wouldn't use this for a lot of things, but matting. Hi, Patty. And that is where we're going to leave off now with all me talking because you're here for the tutorial. The album in the box was a request on a remake. This is just my sample, so you can see it's kind of a mess in areas, but it's not finished. That's when I mentioned we're going to have to work on this together. And the nice thing about it is we can do that. But our album in the box, one thing I wanted was more layouts. Well, hello, Janice. And there's only 2 pages. And then this is the lay flat pocket. I haven't done that in a while, which I don't know why. I need to get back to doing it because you're going to love it. Side pocket. I did it in the Graphic 45, that ocean one we did last year. Just gorgeous. Yes, you can use 12 by 12. I just had some requests to show how we can use the 8 by 8, but yes, then we have a pocket here and we have a pocket here. So you can use 12 by 12, 8 by 8 with this project. Absolutely. 2 pages, but they are loaded. And like I said, the main thing is going to be layouts for me. You can definitely go back and add in any pockets and flaps. You've got lots of room, but I've got my husband's retirement. I have the big family party celebrating 20 years active duty. In 20 years, he was on the F-22. So it's going to be quite 4th of July-ish. And this is where all those family pictures are going to go. Oh, and there will be a tag that we'll put in the top. I'll probably I love using the Graphic 45 tags for that, or make your own because I love to pull the tags out. So the back of page 1 and the front of page 2 comes out to be quite a very large spread. Again, the nice thing is you can create the basic and then you can change it. Again, can you imagine graduation with this? Great graduation. Military graduation, high school, college. Then you've got some really great layouts here. And the back side, again, is going to be for all those wonderful photos. I did not get it made here, but we are going to end up having a pocket. And we'll do that next week because I want a pocket to put all those loose photos in. I like to have a place for those loose photos so that I keep them with the album. But let's start with our cover. What we're going to do is we're going to create the box, the pages, and then I hope to get to the matting if I stop talking, right? Okay. Let's start with 2 super simple. Hi, Michelle. And this is super simple. 2 10 by 12 sheets of cardstock. I need lots more vision here. And we're going to score these 2 identical. Now I'm using the navy blue. I use black on the sample. So you can use any color, red, navy blue, ivory, white will look great. And we're going to score these identical. We're just going to score 2 inches on all 4 sides. Oh, thank you, Linda. And Linda, I'm so happy you're doing so well after your knee replacement. You're giving me courage to get my one done that needs to be done. Yes, I'm using the Cartabella Gold Shimmer, available on the website at countrycraftcreations.com. Hi, Danelle. Again, 2 inches. We won't tell anybody you're watching from work. Oh, then you work for home and for yourself. And 2 inches. Yes, that makes it really nice when you want to watch a tutorial. Okay, that's going to be our box. And we're going to go ahead and get the scoring out of the way. 2 inches all around, 4 sides. This is the box. Then your hinge. And these measurements were posted. And so I will, they're over on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, or you can be writing them down as we're doing them. The hinge for inside your box is 5.5 long, 2.5 wide. And all we want to do is score 1/2 inch all the way down. So we've got 1/2, 1, 1.5, and 2. So that will be our 2 hinges. We've got 2 hinges and 1 gusset in the center. And again, it's 2.5 wide, 5.5 long. Then you're going to have your pages. And for the pages, thank you, Tanya. She posted the link. For your pages, we have 2 8-inch pieces by 5.5. Just 2. So it didn't take a lot of cardstock either. Then we have 2 pieces that are 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. Okay, we need to score these on the 8 1/2 across the top of your scoreboard. We want to score it 1/2 inch. And we'll do that to both pieces. The only thing that I'm not going to score are the flaps. Hi, Peggy. And the reason being is we've scored some on the vertical and some horizontal. But for your flaps, you're going to want 4 5.5 by 8 3/8 of an inch pieces. Yes, Lillian, it has been a long time. And then you want 8 6 by 7 3/4. That really isn't going to take a lot of paper. I want you to cut your 12 by 12 if you're using 12 by 12 first at 7 3/4, and then you'll cut it 6. So it takes what? 2 pieces of paper? Don't quote me on that. My math is terrible today. So we'll get to those. Oh, hi, Jennifer. Yeah, I know. I wish I could craft 40 hours a week, but it's been busy. So we're going to start with our box. We're going to go ahead and burnish up all those score lines. One thing I like to do before we actually put the box together is we will do some of the matting. Then I'm going to cut out these 4 squares. Don't make any angle cuts. You're going to cut. I just cut to the inside of the score line to get rid of it, straight up to the where it intersects. Again, just to the inside of the score line, so we get rid of that bump. And you want to do that to all 4 corners. I do love making boxes, but you really won't ever see me in all my tutorials make them with chipboard. If you follow my tutorials, I will use a lightweight chipboard, but I wrap it. I cannot do the strips and keep a chipboard box straight, and it is time consuming. Number one, it's time consuming to cut all the chipboard. Chipboard has to be perfectly straight, and for me, I just don't have the patience. I could make the time. I don't have the patience. And I've created a lot of albums in a box. I've created a lot with the lightweight chipboard, and they hold up just fine. Because, I mean, you're not going to play football with your boxes. Yeah, it's happy July 1st, Peggy. Now we're going to repeat. Can you really, though, when you stop and think about it for a minute, can you believe it's July 1st? Last year, we didn't think we'd ever make it to this point. And here we are, July 1st. We're getting ready to celebrate new beginnings with this 4th of July. We're beginning new chapters in our life here with my husband retiring. I thought I'd be scared to death, but actually I'm not. I'm just really surprised. Yes, the year has been just flying by, but I think we've been keeping so busy. We don't have time for the days to go slow. It's so many fun and exciting things that happen in our world. I don't want to miss any of them. Hi, Trisha. I'm so glad you popped in. I hope you're doing great and your husband. Okay, we got those two corners. Let's just remove these two. Now remember, no angle cuts. You want to go straight. The album, hi Heather, will be 5 by 7. That's not true. Just a minute. It's going to be 5.5 by 8. And Heather, I did see your message. I just haven't answered you yet. I didn't have time yesterday. But I will. No, it's 6 by 8. Sorry, 6 by 8. Pages are 5.5 by 8. Oh, what a beautiful place to be sitting by the lake. Okay, we're going to put it together. But I really, really do like to mat these flat, and I like to mat these flat. It's still possible. I'm going to show you. We're going to mat these. I'm not going to do those ones on camera. See, you can still do it, but this is going to give us some extra structure to the box. So I'm going to do the front and the back pieces with you right now. And, oh, Kelly, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to do this, but then you can do these later. These are 1 7/8, or we'll do them Monday. I'll have everything cut for that. I don't have it cut, so we're going to cut this together. Well, we're going to be praying for you, Kelly, that your lungs do get stronger. Yes, this makes a fabulous graduation box. I know, Pat, it's been so long, and I'm so happy to see you. So we have a 6 by 8. Uh-oh, it says it was interrupted. These are 6 by 8, and I did double mat to give it the strength. And the link has been posted. This is really strong. Yeah, it said it froze. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are 5 7/8 by 7 7/8. So using 110 pound is really great because it does give it that strength. Now for the cover, now the other thing is you're still going to get 3 sheets of each paper in this collection. And it's going to work so perfect for this size. So I chose to use the flag, and then I'm going to use this for the back. going to cut this with you. Let me grab my small cutter. Okay, we just cut it at 5 7/8 by 7 7/8. So I'm going to cut this because I want this flag in the corner at 5 3/4. And I want more matting, so I take that back. I'm going to cut it at 5 5/8. So that will be a really nice piece to use at the top of something. Now from this angle, so we cut it at 8 7/8 before. So I'm going to cut this at 8 5/8. It's going to give me more of the gold showing. Isn't that pretty together? And we're going to cut this piece the same. 5 5/8. I told you 8 5. It's 7 5/8. I think I may have told you. Hi, Bobby. And then I did use another sheet, and I used the stripes on all 4 sizes. And then you'll see the back, but the underside is where I used that coordinating because it's the bottom. Yes, I think this is big enough for a wedding album, especially if you're not making the main wedding album for a family member. I hope that makes sense. So in this video, until next, I'm not going to worry about the magnets, but I did use magnets. They can be kind of tricky to place, and I'm going to use just a jet black archival ink. I love it. It's waterproof, so it doesn't smear. We do have the Ranger ink in our store. Hi, Sherry. How are you? It seems like forever since I've seen you. I hope everybody's doing great and the grandkids. I love the black on there. And the back one. You can actually create this whole thing if you don't, and without doing any of the matting. But like I said, this is going to give us a little more structure while we're working on it. You know what, Trisha? I think it is. And you know what? It might be a really good one, like for mom, kind of the parents album. But yeah, it's definitely big enough because you can put full 5 by 7s on here. And 4 by 6. I can't wait till my photos get here from Print Snickety. So I can show you this service. It comes right off your phone each month. But you're going to love the packaging, and so I'll be showing the photos that I'm getting from them. And I should be getting a code to share with you guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. Back pain is one of the worst. You might as well have a toothache. Lays there beautifully. Clean up any of that glue. Thank you, Sherry. I know I'm enjoying the papers. I hope you guys are. So it doesn't matter. These are identical. We just want to put this on the back. Whichever. This will become our back now. You could even do more matting, double, you could triple it, make it even stronger. Hi, Donna. Thank you. Everything I'm using is available in our store at countrycraftcreations.com. And I cannot wait to get the new paper lines out for you to see. But they're coming, they're coming. We're doing a lot of working and reworking and getting them all perfect for fall. Okay, so I can already feel, see, I can feel how heavy that's become. Okay, this will be my front. And I do apologize beforehand. I know the schedule has been so erratic, having to change the times and whatnot. So on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, please just keep an eye in the announcements. I will be updating it as the weeks go on because, you know, things have been changing every day. Yes, Sally needs to breathe. Yes, Sally needs to breathe. Yes, this is exclusive to Country Craft. This is our own design. And I have been having some scrapbook stores inquire. And so if you are a scrapbook store and you're inquiring about carrying any of it, you know, it's not, I'm not wholesale. It's for Country Craft Creations, but I have been, supplying it to some of the smaller little scrapbook stores. Absolutely. You just give me an email and I we'll get together and get that worked out. But it is on countrycraftcreations.com, my website. No, they will not be discontinued, Natasha. That is true because we are also we have our own printer. So everything will always be available on the website. If it does show sold out, have no fear. It's just being reprinted. We're trying to keep up. And the printer, I'm not their only company. So they're so great. They're doing everything they can just to keep up. Oh no, my bee paper and the bee house and my I'm Ireland Forever. It will be available forever. In 8x8 and 12x12. They are exclusively owned by Country Craft Creations. And because everybody's starting to travel more, you're going to be seeing some things added to. So for those of you traveling to Ireland, Forever Ireland is the most beautiful paper for that. But you just wait. There's going to be some more in that whole line. Hi, Donis. How are you? Especially as we open Travel International and everybody starts traveling again, you're going to want to junk journal it and you're going to want to make albums. So we'll be providing those for you. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it with the navy blue. Gorgeous. Let's put our box together. This is the front. Okay. This is my back. So the important thing is the two inside pieces. This is now going to become the hinge or the spine. This is where the hinge will go onto the spine. And as you can see, we're going to overlap them. But I want to trim this down just a hair because I don't want anything getting messed up in the seams. And probably it won't, but I still like to make sure it's nice and clean. So I'm going to turn this around and put it in my cutter. And I'm just going to take off about 1/8 of an inch. The main thing is if you have a pattern directional, make sure it's going the right direction. Really, and it's not going to hurt a lot. That's one reason I went with one that's non-directional, in case I do put it on upside down. It's been known to happen, right? So now we know that's going to be a little bit short. So let's turn this over, and then we can line that up perfectly on here. And I don't want to take any off of this. I just didn't want it hitting on the inside, because now I'll be able to line it up just fine. That way I'll know where to stop. Okay. This is shorter, so let's add our adhesive here. Put that on top. Just make sure it's straight. That down. Now, before we put our hinge on, we are going to double mat this, but I want to go ahead. Now see, this is stiff, but we want to burnish all of our 2-inch sides. And when I come back on next week for my sample, I did not do any double matting. I will be double matting this outside, but I'm not going to double mat inside where the magnets go. So keep that in mind if you want to use magnets. That paper is too thick. And, oh, thank you, Erica. It's too thick. But here I didn't on the sample, but we're going to now. I'm going to double mat outside here. And I will double mat the inside here. Again, it's going to give us a lot of extra strength. These 2 scraps are going to come in perfect from your 12 by 12. I mean, your 8, if you used your 8 by 8. If not, you still have those perfect pieces from your 12 by 12. So I'm going to be using those. And so my bottom ones, see, that's upside down. That's what you want to check for. My bottom ones will be on the inside of my box. See how easy that is? And you can make this so quick for a gift. You're going to love it. These are 2 inches by 6. So yes, you can. You can, yeah, you can do that, definitely. And put your magnets on top. Yes. And there's also one thing I didn't show. There is also another way, and I was thinking about doing this. I'm almost thinking about a belly band that comes across this way, and we'll only put one magnet here. Because I do like the thought of a belly band, and it will hook with a magnet too, or we could do a slider. So only one magnet here. That's kind of one reason I want to leave the insides here, inside of here, and outside of the bottom unmatted until I work on it this weekend. So I'm going to cut this. I like the belly band too. So Margaret says she likes the belly band. We're going with it. I'm going to cut my gold piece left over, and you should have this from your 12 by 12 if you're using 12 by 12. We're going to cut it 1 7/8. And 5 7/8. I like it when the designers help me make my decisions. It just makes it so much easier. And 5 7/8, or you guys. Now, this is going to be my inside. And it's going to be 5 5/8. So these are the same sizes that you're going to use for the outside, if you're going to do exactly like I am. And then I'm going to cut this at 1 5/8. And then our spine will sit right on top for the inside. And let's now, this is going to be my outside. So I'm going to cut first at 5 5/8. Then you can kind of decide, do you want to leave the flower on there? Kind of matches the front. Of course, it won't line up. See, it won't line up perfectly. I think I will leave it on this time. I took it off last time. And 1 5/8. And no, I do not throw these away. Margaret, don't order it then. Designers, don't order the paper. If I haven't sent it to you, we'll get it right out to you so you can do tutorials with it. Just message me. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's going to be my outside, and I do want to go ahead and ink the edges to match. I'm not doing any distressing or inking the edges of the gold. For various reasons, I'm messy. And again, this isn't just for the 4th of July. I have this paper created because we have a lot of military in our family. I know a lot of you do. And there's times you need to have a gift. We still have soldiers that come home. We still have family members deployed. And just, you know, I know a big thing in our family was ROTC. Well, hello, Monica. And my son was ROTC, and he had become the commander of ROTC. And it was a big thing in high school, and there was nothing. I had no papers to do anything with for him. And so, yes, I'll be using this. And one reason I kind of went with a little bit of feminine on this, we have female soldiers, and they all, we've got some fabulous pilots out here at Hill Air Force Base. Let me tell you, one was putting on the F-35 demo show. It's a single jet while my husband was retiring, and it was amazing, just amazing. And so, yeah, she needs to have an album. Even, you know, we have female pilots, so we definitely have to have a paper that we can use for all of our soldiers. You know, I didn't think of that, Natasha. I definitely can put this together as a kit if anyone's interested, because I will be using some of the seam binding and things. So I will put a kit up there. It will be this evening. Yep, and I served in the Army, and we have I know she's watching me today. We have a colonel that she served in the service, and I don't have a lot of Army pictures, but the ones I have, you know, I'm still a girl. I do want to have a little bit of flowers. Okay, well, I'll get the kit up for you guys, and I'll tell you what, it's not going to be expensive. It'll be the 8x8 paper pad and cardstock. seam binding, and I've got a little embellishment I'm using. So we'll get that put together for you. Okay, the outside. Now the only thing with the outside, let's check our placement of the flower. Not really going to show because it's on the seam, but I think we'll put it on the opposite end. And it just comes together so nicely. When I get the kit up this evening, I will post the link inside of Scrapbookers, and also I will put it on YouTube in the description of this video. And it will be then with the navy cardstock. Oh, thank you, Natasha. You know what, Natasha? So I do too. And that is one reason I utilize a lot of, I'll show you one thing I'm doing after. I utilize the small business and the entrepreneur because it's important that we help those wanting to succeed in this business succeed. Okay, adds a lot of strength. Your box is going to be really strong. We're going to add our hinge, put our pages in. And the hinge we already did score. We did score those pages. Oh, we've already scored them. What am I doing here? Okay. All we have to do now is fold up the hinges. If you haven't made one this way, all I do is fold that 1/2 inch in. And then you're going to notice it kind of hits your score line. So I like to trim this end and this end down before I put my hinge completely together. So we're just going to take a tiny bit off. That way it doesn't hit the hinge. We're just going to fold that back. Well, we got to get you back into scrapbooking, Donna's, because we're 6 months from Christmas, guys. 6 months. And I'm going to fold this next edge. And it's time to start Christmas gifts. I know, scary thought. Don't want to hear Christmas, right? We want to enjoy what we've got now, the summer, partying and travel. But we got to start on the Christmas cards, especially. So we now have 2 hinges. And that's all we need for this one. Okay, let's just glue this opposite edge down. Donna's, exactly. And you know, I've always watched my grandkids. I know you're watching, but I know you're having fun with the baby too. But my grandkids, thank goodness, the youngest one is going off to kindergarten, and I'm actually going to be watching her when school. Oh, woohoo! Good for you, Sally. When school starts, I'm going to have my 5-year-old granddaughter here in the mornings. Then I'll take her to preschool. Not preschool, she's in actual kindergarten. So I told my son, of course, I'll watch her. And it's been a while. All my grandkids are becoming grown and graduating and going to college. And now I'll have the little 5-year-old. So we'll see how much I get done. But no, she's a good little helper. I only did when my husband retired now. It's hard to say. It's weird to say that, but she loves her grandpa, so she can kind of pal around with him. That was sticking over that edge piece, and I don't want it to, so I just filed it down a little bit. We're now going to add that hinge into our album. And I'm just going to center it on the pattern paper. Now I'm just eyeballing my center. You definitely can use a ruler, or you can use your spacers. This is just one of my spacers, and I'm just holding it. There we go. We'll straighten that hand right up. Okay, we'll let that dry. And let's do our pages. We've already scored the 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece at 1/2. So we're going to connect that to the 8 by 5.5 inch piece. And there are only the 2 pages. I'm going to miter those little corners there. Let's get rid of those. Do you know what, Trisha? I'm really loving the Simple Stories card kits. If you haven't seen those, I have them in stock. Of course, I don't have the Christmas ones in stock yet, but I can put a set of cards together in just a couple of hours. And I do love to make my cards handmade when I make myself do them. But I'm telling you, those Simple Stories card kits that we carry are just wonderful. Okay, we now need to make this into one piece. So I'm going to just hold them together for a minute and grab a clip or a clothespin. I like clips or clothespins. Oh, good night, Monica. Thank you for popping in, and you're welcome. Okay, my clothespin will hold it together. I know it's pretty much straight. Seam will go in the back, and there is our first page. Now, the beauty of this, when I put it on the hinge, you can decide. You don't have to have a top load. You can completely glue this shut. Oh, I'll have to do that, Natasha. But I'm going to leave that open because I do want to use some tags. I may make them, or I may use the Graphic 45 ones. And again, I'm just going to get everything on here straight. My clothespin will do the work of holding it for me. Or your clips so it won't slip. And I will have a kit up for you tonight. Oh, that is really fabulous. Any crafter that shares free I have the utmost, I mean, no, I don't want this to, never mind. I don't want it to sound wrong because there's crafters that have to make a living. Definitely. They do. So absolutely. They need to sell their tutorials. I agree. But when they share them for free, it's just a kindness in their heart that is amazing that they'll do that. Because this is a lot of work sometimes. Same with my designers. Yes, I try to take care of them. We send them the supplies, but just the kindness in their heart that they put so much of them in it to do it, and it's free. You have to have that much respect, I'm telling you. So I'm going to trim this. And that's why we have to be very, very nice to them on YouTube. And trim that right off for us. Oh, you'll on December 22nd, yes, you definitely will be probably just buying the paper. Sally, I know you. Hey, you can do this 2 different ways. I put my pages in first, then I'll put all those flips and flaps on. I find it's really easy in a project like this, but you can wait and put these in after. I like to do them first. And I open, the seams in the back. I'm just going to lay it right up next to that hinge. Some ink on there. And you can add it to the hinge, but you know what? I did it this way at a class we did a couple weeks ago, and it was a live class here in Utah, and I really liked putting it on the page. Yep, it's going to touch the hinge. It is touching, just barely. Just flip that over. Make sure there's no adhesive. There's not. Now we're going to go ahead and add our adhesive to the top of the hinge and across the bottom. Make sure that's closed. No glue's oozing. And we have our first page on. Second, we're going to do the same thing. Go ahead and burnish that hinge down. I have where I connected it to the back. I'm going to open it. Again, just lay it till the hinge. You'll kind of feel if you're not holding it tight, the hinge is going to push it back. It pushes it back just as much as it needs. We're going to line it up with our page that we've already put into the book. Right, it definitely is the paper collection that you use that will make this project and your embellishments. Across the bottom, close that up. Now, I do all my books this way. We'll see you in a little bit, or we'll see you next time, Natasha. I do all my pages this way. The stress is out. They're laying down flat. I'm not freaking out. And our 2 pages are in. So we'll have that nice spread across the center. And we're going to start with the front of page 1. And before we do, now that is where you're going to have the 4, 5.5 by 8 3/8 pieces. And then you're going to have the 8, 6 by 7 3/4 of an inch pieces. And the reason they're different is I didn't want like the 7 3/4, because I don't want them hitting here. So that's why they're a little bit shorter. But the front of page 1, so this is why we have different scoring. The first one is going to open this horizontal way, and then we've got the flap that comes down, and we have a flap that comes up, or it goes out to the right. Super simple, but it's all going to be in our scoring. Totally all in the scoring. So the first one is going to be the 8 3/8 by 5.5. You're going to have 2 of those. So one will go there, one will go there. And then for the bottom, because we need that 1/2 inch to score at the top, it's going to be your, I'm going to remeasure these for you. I think I'm telling you wrong. No, that's right, the 6 by 7 3/4. So we have 2 that are the 5.5 by 8 3/8, and the 6 by 7 3/4. See, it's going to come here at the bottom. Okay, let's get to scoring. I am wearing polish. I did have my nails that I had just gel put on because my nails are breaking terribly. And so I'm trying to just grow them out. I can't go get them done or anything. It's just, gel. And I thought, cool. It sure made them strong. So 8 3/8 across the top of my scoreboard. We're going to score 1/2 inch. That will hook onto the page. This is our second 8 3/8 by 4.5, or by 5.5. We're going to score it 1/2 inch. This will connect here. So this is where our 6 by 7 3/4. See, that gives us room at that hinge. But we want to turn it so the 6 is at the top of your scoreboard. It's kind of like a puzzle. And we're going to score it 1/2 inch. And that's all we're going to do with those, these flaps. All going to be in the decorating. Like I said, it's going to be more of a layout. For me, you can add pockets. You have plenty of room in your album. And then we'll be making the front pocket next week. And we're going to take those corners off. And I'm going to grab the book. I'm going to put them right into the book. Well, these two, let's go ahead and do these first. But just remember, it goes this way. So it's going to hook this way. So our hinge will be to the left-hand side, facing up. And we're going to hook this one to the inside. So that also gives us time to see if it's going to be too long. because you don't want it to hit there. So let's take just a little bit off the edge. And we can attach it. We're going to take a hair more off. If you fix it now, you won't be sad later when it gets bent up in the hinge. I did get a new cutter. Well, I've got a small one and I've got my big one. I did get the new Dolly 550 because my other one, mine gets an abnormal amount of use, right? I've had it for like 6 years and I popped that blade off, but I actually broke something. My husband's like, I can't fix this and it's out of warranty. So I did get the new Dolly 550. It's huge, you can't see it. And they have upgraded and changed it. At first I didn't like it. I love it now. But yeah, my Stampin' Up! One, oh, I've had this for a while. Love it. Took some getting used to, but I do like it. Okay, so this is on the inside. When I open this, I chose to put this so it flips down. So this is going to be here at the bottom. You can add it to the top, and it is on the inside. And come out to your outer edge, and it's already short enough because we cut it at 7 3/4. Close that right up. Now we can put it onto the page. See, it'll go right there. And because your box is cardstock, it lays flat, you won't even have to worry about matting it. It'll mat just fine. You'll have the flat surface still when we go back and do the matting. So it's going to look really cool, like sitting on your coffee table. And I'm not using any magnetic closures. You can. You definitely can. I don't see the box is going to sit like so. So I did not use any magnets on the inside. Like I said, you can. So the back. And get the sample box out here. This is where we're going to have left and right. So we have a top and bottom. That's why we have 8 of these 6 inches. And then I did put one here and one here. So kind of go the opposite. But you can decide on your placement. This becomes extremely long, which is cool when you're looking at when you want to look at some layouts. So you're going to need a total of 2 4 by, why do I keep calling this 4? These are the 5.5 by 8 3/8. Then you're going to want 4 of the 6 by 7 3/4 flaps, because they're going to go top, bottom, or however you choose to put them on. Then these are the ones that are just for the back, because I have it scrolling down. And see how easy this is, and definitely great for a wedding. And the thing to remember on the 8 3/8 of an inch pieces, they're the ones that you're going to score with the long side at the top of your scoreboard. Your 6-inch pieces by 7 3/4 are the ones that you're going to score with the 6-inch across the top of your scoreboard. So you could even, actually here, we can score all the rest of these. So I'm going to grab the other silver ones. And that left me with the 3 for this next page. Again, these are the 6 across the top. Okay. Set those aside because they're going on the back, and we'll just get this one all put together. Well, I certainly wish we'd get some storm here in Utah, because this is the first year we've gone out without rain in the spring, and we've had no rain. So Donna, if you could get out there and blow the storm this way, that'd be great. Okay, have a hinge to my right, a hinge to my left, because they're going to open this way. But let's cut all these edges off. Well, even humid would put some moisture in our air here in Utah. But we are a desert, so it's to be expected. Oh, yes, Peggy's here too. And Danelle. Yes, we need rain. So I'm putting this one in the book because that's going to be easier to see how you want things placed. So our first one, we're just going to put here to the left side. Already taken that eighth of an inch off for you by making it 8 3/8 instead of 8 1/2. So it's not going to be too long. Match that to the page, top and bottom. Well, I don't want to see towns underwater for sure. That's not good either. Okay. Let's put it over here on the front of page 2. I know we've added another humidifier, Danelle, in our room at night because it's so dry. We've actually got 2 humidifiers running in there. Okay, so this is where you'll decide with your book open, because I kind of wanted it to alternate. So this one is going to open to the bottom, so it'll sit here. No, this one is to the top. Sorry, let me turn my hinge around. Then I'll have one here at the bottom. And one reason I mean, you can have it go all across the top. I kind of alternated them. It just worked better. I did an alternate pattern. When you open them all, they don't smack each other. But you can trim it down some more so it won't even smack each other. Totally up to you. So this is going to be bottom. This will be top. And my last one that you can't see at the camera will be bottom. But I will move the book as we go. Come feed me, Peggy. Okay, we know the grandkids have got to eat first. Okay, so this one's going to the top. This is also a great project if you're going to a crop this weekend. You're going to be able to get this done. If you're looking for a project to take with you. And it's always nice to go and have a project that's not too difficult because you want to talk and visit. And you want to be able to still craft. It's one of those projects you can do both because there's not like super hard measurements. Okay, so that's going to be my top. This is the actual page, and this is going on the bottom. So I'm taking this over to the left to the hinge so it doesn't get in the way when I fold this up. But keep it just a hair away from the hinge too so you don't bend up the edges of your flap. Now you could take a decorative punch since these are straight. That would look nice. Angle your corners. You could, I may even round these off before I do the matting next week. So let's make sure everything is down. So see, now I've got plenty of room. It's going to close. I knocked myself out. Sorry. Need to get some more room here. This sucker's long. I'm back. I'll wait a minute. I hit the keyboard. Okay. Okay, I think I'm back. So, inside one. Now we're going to go over here. I'm going to turn this up. Well, no, I'm not. Because then I'll knock the keyboard again. And there, I'll just hold it from here. So this is going at the top. But again, come about 1/16 of an inch from this. Fold there so that we don't bend the edge of our page. This is going to the top. I do have to turn it around, so I'll be very careful. There we go. Right now, mine is upside down. This is actually the top of my page. I'll turn it back around in just a moment. There we go. We'll fold it up as we're moving. So see, we're getting that cool looking layout. Oh, shoot. Okay, this is going to happen again if I'm not careful. Okay, who took my page? There it is. It's long. It is long. Okay, this is going to the bottom. out to this edge. Cheryl, you can't fight with Comcast. You can't fight with your cell phone company. They have an internal, I swear, training program that teaches their employees how to win every argument. I am convinced they are right every time, and we, the consumer, are wrong. So you cannot fight with your internet or your cell phone provider. I've never had any luck, okay? Because they all tell me I'm wrong. And I'll bet that's what you were getting today. There's no way they could overcharge us. They say, oh, because their computer won't allow it, it says. Okay. So there is that nice, huge, big layout. Comes down. So when you first open it, you just have those insides. Oh. I think that would be great. It would be called the Crafters Cable Company. This is going to be so pretty when we get it decorated. So there is and feel how heavy it makes those 2 pages look like, wow, like it's a really big book. I'm going to close those babies up. And we are going to go ahead and now create, see, this is just an accordion fold. And those are always fun. And then we're going to make our lay flat pocket. And that's where we're going to leave off for today. Isn't this such a fun project? It's like no stress. Okay. Oops, we've already scored our 2 6-inch pieces. And before I do our 3. Wait, is there supposed to be 3 or 2? Did I leave one off somewhere? 1, 2, 3. No, I know we didn't there. 1, 2. Okay, well, we cut 8. We'll put another one on. But I'm going to trim 2 of these because one is going to be for the outside. So we're going to change this a little bit. One will be for the top. I know this bottom one's going to be fine. These 2 are going to be just a hair long. So it's 6 inches wide. And I'm going to take about 1/16 of an inch off of the end that is not scored. That way they're not going to be hitting each other when we're going to actually now have them fold in. So I'll add an extra flap. Very cool. Well, then that was worth it. $45, Cheryl. Yeah, because you could buy some paper. Cut those corners. And Verizon shows a bill to our new neighbor. Oh my gosh, they bill it to your neighbor. Well, if he pays it, then that's going to be a really good neighbor. I'd keep him around. Oh yeah. Say, hey neighbor, can you pay my cell phone bill? I love it. Okay, so this is going to be changed just a hair. Now I'm going to have one at the top. I'll have one at the bottom, and we'll have that accordion. Works great, right? So I'll put, this is the one I did not trim. I'm going to put it at the bottom. Remember, keep it to the outside edge. We cut it short at 7 3/4 to give us plenty of room here. Well, you just might be meeting him, RJ. He might be coming over asking why he's paying your bills already. That would be actually kind of funny. I'm going to put one at the top, so I'm going to turn this upside down. I'm going to put it over here. close nicely. So this is that extra flap because I counted wrong. So I'm going to use it, and I'm going to put this one, so you can put it a couple of different ways. You could actually have it open this way and then this way. I did put mine on the inside. No, I did not. I put it on the outside. So I'm going to repeat that. And it sits on the outside here at the top. Again, I'll check the length and take a little bit more off. I hate when I mess up my, edges from folding them. I'd rather take a little bit off than beat up the edge. So set that right at the top of that flap. You know what, Linda? I was thinking the same thing, except for Sally took one of them. No, I have others. I'm actually getting really into the decorating mode today. So I will be getting out my other 4th of July projects too and putting them on the table in the living room. So now we have that accordion, but now we have one extra flap. That'll give us just extra room. And see, it makes these, they're pretty heavy. So now you can see it just looks like there's more than 2 pages. Okay, we're going to just mount the back and do the lay flat pocket, because the lay flat pocket is really, really easy. And I did use the back side. Let me show you, but I'm going to go ahead and I am going to double mat to make it but I want it to be super strong. And if you notice, it's the back of one of your cut aparts, but you have 3 of these. So breathe. It has the speckles of gold, so the gold's going to look great. And I'm going to cut another piece down. I'm going to cut just a little bit shorter than 5 7/8 by 7 7/8 because I don't want it to get in the way of the flaps. So I'll just take a hair off. A little bit more. Okay, so 5 5/8 by 7 5/8. Oh, yeah, it's a big cutter. And I'm looking at it where I did the double matting. This needs to be double matted so it matches. And then the gold is going to bring out those gold speckles. We are going to cover it with that lay flat pocket, so I didn't want to have too much of a pattern going on, and this is perfect for it. Yes, 8 by 8 will be in all the new lines except the calendar line. It's a little bit difficult, but it will have an 8 by 8 coordinating the backs of those papers that Sally shows. Those papers will be an 8 by 8, which are nice because they're going to be what you use for all your matting anyway. And but the main part of the calendar won't be 8 by 8. But everything else that we create, yes, will be 8 by 8 or 6 by 8. We're going to be trying some 6 by 8s. Creating this, if you want to mat with the gold, so you will need, I use 2 pieces because of the, actually I use more than that because with matting the outside of this, but, for those of you that I mentioned, I'll put this together in a kit. It will include, well, let me figure out first before I say. Maybe we will be able to, because I don't know what's in stock. And the main part to mat in the gold is the 4 big pieces here. And that calendar line is a big line. But you're going to get so much paper with it. Okay, we're going to do the lay flat pocket. And then we're going to, let's see how heavy that box is. It's great. You're going to love it. And then that's where we're going to stop. So for your lay flat pocket, I used a piece of cardstock that is 6.5 by 12. So this is 6.5 by 12. And that's what's nice about the lay flat pocket, and it's in some of my older tutorials. You don't have to do a lot of scoring. I mean, you don't have to use 1 piece. It's so great. And we're going to score this at 3.5 on the 12-inch side, and again at 8 3/4. So you can create this either 4 inches, 4.5, you just keep it 12 inches long. That's the other thing that's wonderful about it. So we have one side that is 3.5, and this is actually just a hair shorter. Okay, you want that at the top. Don't worry about it. You'll be able to turn it around here in a second. So what happens is, so you're going to line it up, keep it straight, because one sits on the inside of the other to create our pocket. There's no gussets. We don't need it. We're just going to be putting our cut aparts in there. But you are going to have an end that is open. That's what's so great about it. Graphic 45 tags are fun to put in there, and you just pull them out. The main thing is, though, we need to mat this first. Okay, so this is 6.5 inches wide, and I chose to use the cover sheet, and I did a little bit different, but I'm going to use this at the top so my little stars dangle. Or you could actually use the truck. The thing with the truck, to get the balloons, you're going to want to cut off a little bit of the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just cut, I'm going to use this top piece and then use the back piece. You have 3 of these. Remember, I give you 3 sheets of each paper in your collection. And so we know that the bottom is 3.5 inches. So your 3.5, yeah, is what's at the bottom. 3 1/4 will be underneath. So I'll cut this at 3 3/8. Now before I cut it, make sure it's going to not cut off your balloons, and it was pretty close. So we're going to take 1/8 of an inch off. Three and 3/8. We got our balloons, and it's 6.5 inches. Yes, this is Country Craft Creations paper. This is our design, and it's available at countrycraftcreations.com. You know, there we go. Isn't that cute? I'm going to turn this over. You're not going to want to cut it. I know, but you have 3 of them, okay? And it is going to be 6 3/8. And I just cut this to cover the whole front. And yeah, I had to cut my little puppy. I'm sorry. And it's 3 1/4, so we're going to cut it at 3 3/8. These are great for bordering, so do not throw those away. Oh, thank you, Dina. This will sit underneath. So you could turn this around and have the puppy peeking there. Actually, I think that might be kind of cute. I'm going to go with it. Yeah, we'll put the puppy at the top. In my sample, I had taken the 4th of July and put it at the top. And then this is going to be from our cut aparts. No, the Facebook group for the retreat is going up on July 5th. So if you've signed up for the retreat for next year, yeah, that goes up July 5th. And on July 5th, there's going to be an announcement made. So you're going to want to be watching Sally. No, that's actually Journey. Wilbur's sound asleep. Okay, there went my gel nail polish, guys. One reason I don't usually bother with my nails. That peeled right off. Everything I stick my hands in. Ruins polish, but that's okay. So we're going to mat this first, and you don't have to mat the inside. That will go down first on that 3 1/4 inch piece. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of fun. First of all, we have the 4th of July this weekend. So this is going to be an exciting weekend. And then we've got more than one announcement coming to Country Craft Creations on Monday the 5th. So you're going to be able to see the announcements on Instagram. You'll be able to see them on our Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations page. Does our glitter glue work on what? RJ on the paper? You're going to be able to see all these special announcements. Well, they're going to be everywhere. Sally has a lot of secrets, and we have a lot of secrets, and we're really excited. We have a lot more secrets. Announcements, not secrets, announcements. They will no longer be secrets on Monday. Oh no. You know what? It's polish. It's just polish. No, just polish, so I'll just fix it later. I'm trying to get my nails stronger. Okay. That's cute. And that's the beauty. You create your lay flat pocket before we even put it in our book. Okay. Now, the main thing is just 1/2 inch right here. We're going to attach that down. Now, I use this pocket, like I said, on some older projects, and it does have an opening. Oh, I used it a lot in some Christmas albums. We used it in a cookie recipe one for Christmas because you can put your tags and stuff in the side. Oh no, there's some more secret. There's some fun things that are going to happen for you guys at Country Craft Creations. Lots of fun things that you're going to love for the month of July. It's just going to be so great. So back here though, I don't need it to be open. You can keep this open all the way and use it as a belly band too. But I'm going to close this end. I don't need it open. I just want one end open for a tag that I'll put in. You know, I love the crock pot. Love the crock pot. Because then I know dinner's going to be done. And now that he's home, I got to make sure he's fed, right? But I can smell it. And so now I'm hungry. It's like, ugh. Oh, yeah, G45 Farmhouse. Thank you. Wow, I'm glad you remembered. So now we have fabulous tuck spot, right? We're going to put this in the book. Then you guys can work on creating your album for next week. And I'm going to just center this. Now I did make this a little bit bigger than the sample, but I'm going to bring it over to the left because I want room to put a tag inside of there. So you don't see a lot of the back, but you do see the gold. Now, if you put this down all the way, you won't have access to that top. And you can also just do it that 3 sides and also have this pocket and then a slide in there. Totally up to you how you want to do this. It just is all going to determine how you glue this down. So I will just do mine in a U shape so I can stick something in the top. Sally wants to, here, Sally, let me just put that one on the screen. From Sally. Sally wants to know, did I say I have a really big secret and lots of little ones? She's going to tease us, isn't she? Oh, wait, there's no glue up there. No, see, there better not be glue up there. I only did it in a U. Yeah. So see, now we have a space here. We have a space up here. You know, it won't be able to stick out a lot, but you'll be able to put one in there. And then you have your pocket here. And this is where I'll use from the 12 by 12, some of the cut aparts because they're really cute. You could still use your smaller ones, of course. But I want to use the 8 by 8. I'll use some of the bigger ones. I'll be using these for decorations. So that's where we're going to leave off today. And in less than 2 hours, we have created the basic shell of our album in a box. Extremely strong. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll be decorating this next week. And then we'll create the pocket. There's going to be an accordion pocket so that we can put those loose photos. And I'm hoping my photos are here next week from Print Snippety. So we can go, I can show you those and what you'll get when you download them from your phone. And hopefully I'll have the code. They're supposed to give me a code so that you guys can save money. And that way you can just every month load 30 pictures from your phone and off you go to making your photos. So here we go with the, it's nice and sturdy with that gold paper. And to be honest with you, I do have enough from 2 sheets because we're going to just do the double matting on the outside here. So I'll put your kit together with 2 sheets of gold, Gotta see how much I have. We did order in a lot, but Sally did buy a lot too. And that is our album in a box. So we will finish this next week. I'll have everything cut and ready, and we'll do the matting. That's all that's left in the matting and the decorating of our pages, because it's all going to be for photos. And I've decided on the belly band, so we'll do the belly band. We'll have a belly band that goes across, and you'll want one large magnet then to close the front. Oh, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. And I can't wait then for next week. We'll get this done. No, I'm not going to use gold on the belly band. I'll just use the 2 cardstocks, because the belly band needs to be able to fold. And we don't want it to be, this isn't going to fold very nice unless we do it in sections. Thank you. You're welcome, Peggy. Okay, guys, I will see you next week. And should be on the 8th. I'll have to check the time with you, because I do have to take someone to the airport. It may be in the evening. I'm not 100%. I think it will be in the evening, because it'll keep me busy. Okay, I'll see you guys next week on the 8th, and look for Bonnie next week on the 9th. Yeah, I'm going to be on next week after all, Tanya. So I'll add it to the schedule, because we have to finish this so we can get all of our holiday photos in there. Isn't it great? But like I said, this is not just for the 4th of July. This is going to be for the military member. This is going to be parades. We do a big, every city, we do our city parades too. So it can be used for that, but it definitely can be used here, and you can put a picture of the soldiers or whatever you like. Yes, happy 4th of July. Have a fabulous weekend. I will be posting some pictures, because we are having a big retirement party here at the house for my husband with our family. And also my granddaughter, I forgot, she was our little 4th of July baby. Bailey is turning 10. And so we're going to have her party. So we have so many, even if you don't have family parties. Not family part. I mean, birthdays. You have a lot to celebrate. So, and if we just look hard enough, we find those reasons. But also, Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, we're going to be right here for you too on the holidays, so that you have us to go to. Our city celebrations were canceled last year, but this year, they are full blown. The cities all around me have been having fireworks almost every weekend for their city celebrations, and then now they're doing the 4th of July celebrations. It's just going to be fabulous. I cannot wait to get out and just celebrate with everybody. Yes, we're going to have the big boom too. Yes. And I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.